How do we help young children become big dreamers? Well, I must still be 5 because I keep dreaming and hoping that we can provide for children something that's very unique and that we can change the lives of children, but really change the lives of the workforce, to change the lives of our community, to impact it in a different ways. As we believe that if 90% of the brain is developed by 5, that we are impacting a generation every 5 years. And folks, I think that's really important.
When social skills are combined at an early age with cognitive skills, they help create a more capable and productive citizen.
I think if you can find a way to act locally with a group that you can follow and support and help them really succeed, that you have a chance to really impact communities.
That economic return on investment that Dr. Heckman talks about is a human capital investment. It isn't an investment in potholes, it's an investment in people.
Nurses for Newborns, working primarily with Missouri's most vulnerable populations, provides nurse home visits and supplies for women who are pregnant or postpartum with children up to the age of 3.
The client I'm getting ready to see, her name is Tara, and I visited her throughout her entire pregnancy. Her baby is a couple of weeks old now. She had a healthy delivery. We're going to start talking about the importance of talking, singing, reading, those things that are important in the developmental path. We encourage reading prior to the baby being born because those are how those connections are formed. This is a little child that's obviously been talked to by her mom, knows mom's voice.
And dad, yeah.
Reading in utero is just the beginning. Reading to infants and toddlers can contribute to the development of their growing brains, help speech development, provide a foundation for vocabulary, and creates a good start towards a lifelong love of reading.
You're teetering on the unaccreditation line there for a while, but the scores have turned around. What gives? How did you pull it off? How are you continuing to pull it off?
Remember, it's not just me, Casey. It's a lot of folks. We have lots of new folks, but we have also lots of folks who have just said, you know what, all kids can learn, and this is what we're going to do to make that happen. We take a very strong look at our data. We spend a lot of time on data, but at the same time we spend a lot of time on what do our kids need.
More than ever, we realized that we had to step outside of the box of just being an educator. When our kids came this school year, I asked the staff, I said, we're in tough times. When the kids come in, I need us to be kinder and more gentler, better listeners than we've ever been.
Oftentimes young people need guidance, they need support, they need encouragement. And the Boys and Girls Clubs provide those things for them. This summer we'll be opening a club in Ferguson. We recognize there's a tremendous need in the community. And so the Ferguson-Florissant School District is allowing us to use the Ferguson Middle School, where we'll be able to serve young people who live in the Ferguson, Delwood, Jennings, and Normandy areas.
If you look at it locally in the St. Louis area, they estimate between 1,500 to 2,500 youth are homeless. Across the state, it's probably somewhere around 9,000, and then across the country, they estimate between about 1.5 to 2.2 or 2.5 million youth are homeless in our country.
Covenant House is a reprieve. It's an opportunity. These kids are in the community, and they are fighting a battle daily. And so they come here, and it's a reprieve from what is happening in the streets.
A safe place for youth that are homeless, and it's also a place to get their education, still have hope to get their education.
Youth Bill is a community and youth development organization that simultaneously solves a number of core issues.
It's a place where you could get certifications, get your asset.
We know that if they don't have a high school equivalency, they're not going to go very far. They're going to just repeat a cycle that's not been productive.
One of the things they help you do is goal planning. One of my goals was completing my HACCP. I guess my next goal is to further my education by getting into school.
Kids are bombarded with so many images, negative images of who they are and who they should become. Letting them know that who they are matters, and they have value, and that they're not a product of the circumstances. All of us go through things in our life that knock us down, but to see someone and to hear what they've gone through really gives us hope and gives us a vision for what we can do.
I lost my mother when I was 7, my father when I was 13. I used to bully my classmates, disrespect my teachers. It was like a reaction to something that happened to me that I couldn't control, so I took it out on other people. I realized I didn't want to honor my mother like that. I wanted to do something that was positive and do something productive. And I realized that the best thing I could do for her was to be successful. American graduate. It made me realize how important it is to have people in your life who are willing to help you succeed and go to the next level.
They're looking for stories of hope, inspiration, people that they can physically look at and say, I want to be exactly like you. And I believe that we can do that if we go out in the community and we share our light and we share our story.
I'm Kristen Tioli and I'm graduating from Rittner High School.
My name is Tyler Hearns and I'm graduating from Rittner High School.
After I graduate, I plan on going to the military and taking up in media communications.
I'm going into physical therapy. I want to become an entrepreneur.
Firefighter.
Doctor.
I just want to help the kids that can't help themselves.
I'll be the first person in my family to go to college.
I am the first male to graduate high school in my family.
Are you graduating high school this year? Share your aspirations using #AGClass2015.